Hi guys, it's Gabby Faye. Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic, we are talking about how to build your dating roster. I'm talking about a list of people that you have in your roster, in your little black book, if I might add, that you're currently dating until someone decides to put a ring on it. If you like this content and you like the kind of advice that I'm giving, dating advice, high standards advice, story times, please, by all means, click the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment in what you would like me to cover in future videos, and let's get into it. I know some of you are coming from TikTok because you saw my viral video get posted by The Shade Room, by Real Toronto News, a bunch of other places, etc., etc. Here I am going in depth about the things I talk about in my short form videos on TikTok. So let's get into it. How can you build your roster for success? And the goal being marriage, kids, a house on the hills, a white picket fence, a backyard, the works. I am going to tell you exactly how to get there. Let's go. Okay, now when I was younger, I felt bad about having a roster. I felt bad about dating multiple people at the same time because I felt like I wasn't being fair, honest, or upfront with the person that I'm dating, that I was dating other people. When only to realize that the person I felt bad about thinking about dating other people, like the person that I was using all my time and energy for, he in fact was dating other people and doing a lot more than dating. I'm talking about just going on dates. I'm not talking about the wham bam thank you ma'am. And these little boys out here be doing the wham bam thank you ma'am with someone they're not exclusive with. They're not dating. You know what I mean? They're just casual. I'm so sick of this casual world we're living in. And I aim to teach you the boundaries and standards that you need to have to avoid that mess. Okay? Having a roster helps you out and protects your time and protects your heart. When I was in my early 20s, I had an older friend who was like mid 30s. She's the one that taught me about a roster, and I'm about to tell you what I was taught, and it has been working for me. So when I was giving my whole heart, all of my attention to a guy who I wasn't even in a relationship with, it was like he showed interest in me. He asked for my number. He didn't even really like ask to take me out on a date. He just like asked for my number and showed a little bit of interest. And I wanted to like block off every other guy, like any other guy that would come up to me and would also ask for my number, be like, no, like I have this guy in my life. And he really wasn't really in my life. He never committed to me. He never asked me to be in a relationship. He never asked me my boyfriend. He just showed a little bit of attention, a little bit of interest. And I thought that was enough to cut off every other guy that was interested in me. And I realized that that just does me a disservice, and it's not fair to me. Because the guy that showed me that little bit of interest, he has not shown me that he really wants me, that he's really committed to me, that he wants to be in a relationship with me. He hasn't shown any of that. So why am I showing that to him? Make it make sense, boo. Make it make sense. My friend, mid-30s, she told me, Gabby, the best thing you could do to save your heart, to protect your heart, and to protect your time, to be fair to yourself, you should have a few men that you're talking to, a few men that you're interested in, a few men that you're dating. Because when you just like one person, you like one guy, and all of your time, heart, attention, and mind space is only on this guy, he can hurt you way worse than maybe was intended. Maybe this guy doesn't mean to hurt you, but you put so much stock into him, you put all of your heart and feelings into him, that when he decides to just go off with another girl, you're stuck thinking that like he broke your heart in such a bigger way, when he really didn't even commit to you. He never even told you, said the words like, I want to be in a relationship with you. If he didn't say that to you, it's not really on him. It's really on you for not having proper boundaries, proper standards. But when you have multiple guys that you're talking to, you have multiple guys that are interested in you and you're interested in them, you get to not put your whole heart into one person who hasn't asked for a relationship. You get to, be infatuated, go out on dates, like get to know multiple people and still have your own life that you're focused on. I feel like so many times we get into this position where we like a guy and we forget ourselves. We forget our worth. We forget that we have hobbies of our own. We have a life of our own. We have work of our own. We have things that we want to do, we want to accomplish. And because we're so fixated on our crush and our intense feelings that we're feeling for this one man who hasn't even like committed to us, he's living rent free in our minds. He's taking up space. Why? Don't give him that space. He didn't deserve it. Don't give him that space. He didn't earn it yet. So the way I would suggest you build a roster is take a poll, take a notepad, go in the notes of your phone. Think about all the guys in your life recently, the last year, I would say, that has shown interest in you. What I do is in the notes part of my phone, I put their name at the top and characteristics, likes, dislikes, pros and cons that I like about this person. And I keep track. So let's say Adam is 6 foot. He's an engineer, so he makes good money. But he hasn't asked me out on a date yet, or he hasn't been consistent with me. Maybe he's busy with work and he hasn't made me a priority. Okay, so that is pros and cons of Adam. Billy, sweet soul, seems really into me, is finishing up grad school, so he's not making the big buckaroos yet. He's on his way, but he seems really interested in me. He's just not there yet. So look at your timeline, see about how you feel about that. Now, if you're going to a grocery store, this is what my dad taught me, okay? My dad always said, go to the grocery store dressed up, like put your makeup on, dress really nice, even if you go to the grocery store, because you might meet a man there that is interested in you. And that has been the best advice. When I tell you, I was coming from a work event. I'm a model, if you guys don't know. So I go to fashion events, I go to work events where I have to be dolled up. I dress up. I had this like beautiful black fitted dress with some kitten heels and my makeup, my hair out. And I went grocery shopping right after that because I still need to eat, and I've been busy that week. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store. I'm in the bread aisle. I don't even eat bread. So maybe it was flour aisle. I'm in the flour aisle and I'm just kind of pausing, looking, checking what I want. And this tall, dark chocolate, 6'8", handsome man just kind of walks by me with his cart, then walks back over, then walks by me again. And of course I'm eyeing him a little, but not paying too much attention because I don't want to look too thirsty. And I just pull my phone out because I was looking up the recipe that I was going to make that night. So I pull out my phone because I'm looking for a recipe that I'm about to cook that night. He slides through and says, well, why don't you just put my number in your phone while you have it out? And I said, oh, okay. What's your name? We get to chatting and he's interested. And boom, just like that, I'm at the grocery store and this man asks to put his number in my phone. Okay, hey, so I was in Toronto a couple months ago because I had a modeling gig out there, and I walk into a Starbucks and I just kind of marched right in, and this man, tall, dark chocolate, 6'3", beautiful. I was like, ooh, he's fine. But I was so thirsty that I didn't even pay attention to him. I just kind of walked past him because he was the cash register was here. He's standing here, and okay, so I just kind of cut him and went to the register. I go straight to the register. He walks straight in front of me and he's like, excuse me, ma'am. You just waltz up in here like you own the place. You walk up in here, you just cut me in line, go to the register. He's like, no, you got it, queen. You just own the place. You have so much confidence. Who are you? What is this? Who are you? And he was being all flirty with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. I didn't know I cut you in line. I didn't think that you were in line, being all cute and girly. And he was like, no, you got it, queen. You could have anything you want. You have so much confidence. You could go right ahead, go in front of me, get your order. So I was like, okay. So I get my order, he gets his order, and then he starts chatting to me, and we're start talking, and he asked for my number, and we've been talking ever since. And that was at a Starbucks. Like, leave your house. A pastor once told me, some of you women are waiting for a man to come to your house and break down your door while you're watching TV on the couch to put a ring on it. Like, that ain't gonna happen, sis. It ain't gonna happen. No man's gonna break down your door and put a ring on it. Leave your house. Even if it's to go to get coffee, even if it's to go get a pack of gum, look good, peruse, take your time, peruse the aisles up and down. You never know where you're gonna find a man. Just get out the house. He's out there. That's the in person. So think about those types of things. And I know, don't get so uncomfortable with a man approaching you unless he's like homeless or something. Like, if he's decent, he's clean, like talk to him, see what's up. This takes practice. You're gonna get it the more you do it. Get out there. So that is how you would build your roster in person. Okay. Maybe even at church. You can meet someone at church as well. Just talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to guys. They are not aliens. Like, none of us would be here if mom and dad didn't get together and make us be here. So don't be intimidated. It's okay. Like, go out there. He's out there waiting for you. Another way to build your roster is online dating. We hate it. We love it. We're not above it, because literally that is modern dating. We're in 2022. This is how people are dating. Everybody's online. When COVID hit, an influx of people joined online to start dating. So make it make sense, boo. Like, keep your options open, keep your roster slots open. So online, it's a numbers game, okay? Swipe, 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 swipe. Reserve 20 to 30 minutes a night to swipe on these apps. There is a link in my bio for Plus Cupid, which is a plus size dating app. If you're a plus size girl or guy, or you're a girl or guy who likes plus size women, plus size men, whatever, you can find that link in the bio. And also, Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, OkCupid, those are all great options as well. Coffee Meets Bagel, all of those are great options. So you want to swipe. Reserve, I would say 20 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour, to just swipe every night, because it's a numbers game, okay? Remember, this takes practice. Dating takes practice. So when you get a few guys, and you start talking on the phone, you get their number, they're showing interest, add it to the roster. And save your prime time slots. Friday night, Saturday night is prime time slots. Don't let anybody take those slots from you, okay? These are just some examples of building your roster. Now, when you have a roster, you're like, well, Gabby, how many people should I have on my roster? That is up to you and what you can handle. That is up to your time frame, your lifestyle. Me, honestly, I'm a city girl. I could do 5, 10 people, but that's also because I'm constantly taking people off the roster and adding them on. So every Saturday, I reevaluate my roster and who's on my roster. So say I have 5 guys I'm talking to. Every Saturday, I reevaluate the roster. Okay, who haven't I heard from? Who hasn't checked in on me? Who hasn't seen if I was okay? Who hasn't been consistent? All right, boot it off. Who can I add? Let's swipe tonight to see who I can add to the roster. And keep it in your notes pad. Keep it, on your phone so you have it. If you're intentional about meeting someone and you're intentional about getting married, this is a great way to do it. It may sound like really new, brand new, and it's modern, but I'm trying to help you date traditionally in a modern world. So every Saturday, I reevaluate the roster, and whoever I didn't hear from during the week, they get booted off the roster, and then the next guy on second string jumps in to starting position, okay? So keep that in mind. I hope that helps you build a roster. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video if you like it, and I will see you next time. Bye!